Hey guys, it's Arlessa and it's Monday. Whew, I'm ready to start this week off, and in this video I'm starting it off with how to know when you're in alignment. So what is, I know that everybody hears people say it, oh, when you're in alignment, this, and that. So what does it mean when someone says to get into alignment? What does it mean once you are in alignment? Like, how does that look for you? How does that feel for you? So we're gonna kind of go into this in this video. And I'm really excited about this because for myself, I've just always been focusing on, getting myself into alignment, but not only getting myself into alignment just by my own self-awareness, but also just paying attention to different things that I can, like horoscopes. I know that horoscopes have, for some people, astrology has, not necessarily a bad rap. I mean, I think that, it all started with, hey, tell me, get our horoscope in our email. And it's just like a broad, like I'm a Sagittarius. So it's just a broad spectrum. Like, oh, all Sagittarius is this, all Leo's this. And it's just like, no, this is not really how it happens. So I think that astrology kind of gets like a wonky reputation just based on like earlier education that we didn't really have. And we have a lot of really amazing, pockets of information out there for astrology, and astrology really does play a huge part in understanding your own coding. We'll say that. I kind of said coding because it is actually coding, so maybe I'll just take those quotes out and just say your own coding. When we come in with our natal chart, we have for one, I want to say nobody's natal chart is identical. We all come in at a different code with numbers, degrees, angles, planetary alignments, all these things. And it's just really cool that you can actually start to follow astrology to lead you to further alignment through the years. There's a thing called your solar return that you can look for the next year to come on your birthday, and it'll show you where, maybe some key lessons may be, where you're supposed to kind of focus on for that year. And being privy to this information can really become something of a powerful tool and allowing us to get into better alignment. So astrology isn't just one way. There's lots of ways through self-awareness, your own personal development, understanding yourself. Alignment is all about walking as your true self and doing what it is that you truly love to do and that you feel like is purposeful for your life and while you're here. I know everybody has found themselves thinking, why am I here? Why am I even in this life? Golly, what am I supposed to be doing? Because it's just tough. Earth is tough, guys. Earth in general, being a human, it's tough. It's tough business. And it's challenging, but it's so beautiful too because it's just intricate and there's so many like different pockets of things within yourself and these corners that you could just find out and discover and then just continuously evolve. So when somebody says to get into alignment, it is about following your heart. And I did I think my last video was on, being authentically you and serving the world by being yourself. And alignment plays a huge part in this because if we aren't doing something that we love and we're just miserable and we just, hate life, man, my 9-to-5 that I had, that I just came out of, guys, I was miserable for quite some time. And I think that showed. It showed in my performance. It showed just in my energy. I felt so zapped and drained. And I just felt like I wasn't doing what I was meant to do. I would just find myself like, there has to be more for me. There has to be more than me just, being the office manager at a plumbing company. Like there has to be more for me than what I'm doing. And so I just, the universe kind of, or God, however anybody wants to reference, maybe a higher power or some sort of assistance that we receive to a certain degree. I always say the universe or my spirit guides, just the way that things work out and lead you on the path, but it's really up to you to make sure that you are in alignment with understanding what's happening for you. And now that I'm not doing that 9-to-5, I don't feel drained the way I used to. I have more freedom. I'm with my daughter more. I'm being able to put more energy into the areas of life that give me life back in return. And so you start to feel aligned. Then certain steps start to make sense. Are there certain things that you need to do in order to get into alignment? The thing is that when we first start to get to align and into alignment is whenever we start to become self-aware that we aren't in alignment. And then we start to really look for those ways to get ourselves lined up with what it is we want to do. Find the job or create the job or make waves, trailblaze your own way to find that job. Somebody's purpose may be working at a job for somebody else, but being in a leadership role and maybe helping others see their worth or helping teach others, so there is no like bigger or smaller alignment or purpose for everybody. We are each here following our own journey, and it is intertwined with other people, but the root of it has everything to do with us. So it's really where you feel like you thrive. If you thrive in an environment and you're happy to wake up every day and go do what it is you do, then you are in alignment. It doesn't, alignment doesn't mean that we're always searching for something bigger than the present moment. We're just searching for how we feel in these moments, right? Alignment, when you are in alignment, you feel confident, you feel good. That light starts to burn from the inside out, and people can see it. It's there. It's shining bright not only within you, but towards everybody. And whenever you are generating that type of power from your heart space, it touches others, and then it inspires them to reach for that alignment and start to operate out of their own heart space. And guys, you don't have to be a spiritual guru. You don't have to be someone that's even aligned with spirituality. You just have to be someone that believes in yourself and knows that if you start to move from a space that allows your heart to just breathe and shine and feel wonderful, then that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's it. And then it's going to bring joy to everybody else. So what does it look like to be in alignment? Well, guys, it looks pretty good, I think. I mean, when someone's in alignment, you can just tell. They're happier, they're shining bright, they're making the proper boundaries, they're making the proper moves, they're motivated. Now, people are human, so nobody can just be like on that train for a long time. I just went through a couple of days where I was a little sick. I was running a tad bit of fever, but I think that my body was just like, girl, slow down, because I was just pushing. And then I had to like sit back, and in that moment of being still, I realized that I need to get myself on a concrete schedule and take the weekends, to myself. Now, if I need to work on the weekends, that's fine, but I have full-time space to do the things that I'm trying to do now. So really it's about time management and how can I allow myself to not feel so overwhelmed at the same time I'm learning and expanding and healing on my own as well. And so sometimes we have to do that. We may be very much aligned, but we also have to take breaks. Yeah. We have to do self-care breaks. We have to protect our energy. I know in my line of work, I'm always receiving energy from other, we're all always receiving energy, but when it's intentional energy, I am listening to you. I am helping you. I am helping you bring those heavy parts up to the surface so that you can deal with them. At the same time, I am also helping facilitate that. And what that does is that you rub off on people, right? You take on other people's energy. So it's important that you're releasing that through your self-care. So I've said this in a video before. I'm going to go ahead and say it again because this is something that will also help you stay in alignment and not drift too far off, is cleansing your own energy. Now, guys, water is such an important element, okay? It's powerful. It gives life. It takes life. Water can mold rock, okay? Water is and I'm getting chills just thinking of it. It's such a powerful and important element to not only the world that we live in, but also to our bodies. Nothing can survive without it. So allow it to work for you when you do your shower or your bath or whatever during the day, or even if you can't get to water and you're out somewhere, you can always go and wash your hands and allow water to do the same. You don't have to be fully submerged in water in order to allow it to work for you. But what I do at the end of the night, I have to, because of the type of work I do and just in general, being out and around people and taking on energy, and through the day just harvesting our own energy sometimes when things are intense, you have to allow your body to release it. Give your body permission to release the energy that it's taken on. And I say, I release the energy that no longer belongs to me, that never did belong to me, and that doesn't serve me for my highest good. I release it. And I give my body to release. I give my body permission to release it. Sometimes physically, we have to work. Well, all the time physically. We have to work with releasing from our body. But when you start to give your body permission and you are very aware that hey, I know that I have taken this energy on and I am releasing it so that I can step into my full potential and work with my body and work with the energy around me that's clear, being a clear beacon and a clear like filter or medium or whatever you are. Well, we're all kind of mediums, right? In a sense, we truly are, because we're always taking on energy, taking in, releasing, and it's always just kind of coming and going. So I let that happen. Excuse me. And you will start to feel so much better once you start to incorporate this. And I tell all of my clients the same thing. And you know what they tell me? Some of them will be like, hey, wow. Like I even felt, some said they felt tingling in certain parts of their body. Some others said I started to cry because when the body releases, it cries. Have you ever like had to cry and you didn't know why? But you just, okay, I don't know why I'm crying, but I'm doing it. The body's just like, hey, I got to release something. And you don't always have to know why you're crying. Just let the body do its thing. Just let that happen. And when you let this happen, you are going to start to become closer and closer and more aligned to who you truly are. Because when we are not taking on what others have given us, or we have taken on willingly, or what have you, and whenever we're being true to ourselves and allowing that self-care and that self-awareness to really work for us, we start to become aligned. When we start to follow what it is that gives us joy and allows us to move from our heart space, we are aligned. Okay? And it doesn't matter how big or small you view what it is you're trying to come into alignment, it's important to you. You and the way that you feel is going to tell you everything about what you're allowing in your life or what you're moving through or what you're doing, right? People do work so hard to not feel. And it's so interesting because being able to feel and get in tune with your own body is one of the most powerful things and the most powerful ways that we could really step into our full potential and our full power. So be authentically you. Do what makes you love, right? When you are coming into alignment, it means you are coming into perfect center with who you are, who you truly are, who you know yourself to be. And then therefore your light is going to shine bright, guys. Okay? So I see you. I see you trying out there, guys. I don't like the word trying. Let me tell you why. Because it insinuates that we are just, it's always like one of those words that gives me a negative emotion. I'm trying. No, I like to say I'm focusing, because when you're focusing on something, you're giving it the attention that it deserves, and you're giving yourself the attention you deserve. Okay? So I see you out there, guys. I see you focusing on how to get yourself in alignment, and I'm right there with you. We're gonna do it together, guys. You have a good day, and thanks for taking the time to watch my videos.